Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. We're glad that all two of you are back from last week. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Poodle, a.k.a. Jake.
And we are recapping the ABC show Boy Band.
Bird.
Boy Band.
Bird. Like
excited.
anyone cares.
We're excited. Well, I didn't look to see what the ratings were for the first episode.
It's the summer, so someone watching a dog go through a doggy door is better.
Probably.
It's getting better ratings.
Usually for summer shows. That's it. I think the
Big Brother starts up soon, so you know if you'll watch Big Brother, you will watch paint dry.
I don't understand Big Brother.
I don't understand it either. Allie watches it.
I know a lot of people that watch
Susan
it.
watches it.
Ronnie, a lot of people watch it. They love it.
It's the lowest common denominator. If you know what? If you watch it, I'm not meaning you. So we should do our first segment called
How are you? How are you? How are you? How was your week?
Is that our first segment?
No, I just want to ask how you were.
You know what? I'm well. It was hot as shit this week in Los Angeles.
Hopefully it's cooler this episode.
And it's already cooler. We got a nice breeze coming through here.
Breezy.
You can see my breeze blow back my hair.
Do you have any gentleman callers this week?
I don't talk about my sex life freely.
All right, then. That means yes. All right, well, let's start the show, everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
How can't you believe you just asked if I had gentlemen callers?
You know, I'm sex positive. I just want people to love.
So am
Everybody
I, but
say
I'm not
love.
I'm not going to talk about
Love.
it. Shut
Everybody
up, RuPaul.
say love.
Stop.
Ooh.
Lord.
That was love with a penis in your mouth. Yeah. All right, everybody. Now no one's watching.
Yeah, I'm just going to fan myself because I'm hot.
That's going to interfere with the mic. I'm going to have to edit this now.
Fine.
All right. If you're watching the show on YouTube, welcome. If you're listening to the podcast, which you can download in your car.
That's right.
They can watch us on YouTube. God bless
And they're
it.
still not paying for it.
Not paying for it. Or you can listen to the podcast wherever you subscribe to podcasts, at Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, wherever. Sugar's TVT time.
I think YouTube tried to charge me today to get YouTube Red. What is that?
No, they're just trying to offer people. It's a television service from YouTube.
Could we be on YouTube Red and make money off of it?
We haven't found the right people to fuck yet.
But I mean,
no.
Is there a way
I mean, you would have to
we
sell
could make
yourself
money?
You would have to lay yourself on a boardroom table, and all these men would just have to
David
have their way with
Geffen,
it.
call me, because I'm sure you're watching.
Sure,
Barry
you're
Diller.
watching. Mm-hmm.
I'd blow you.
All right, then, everybody. That's the show.
I think it would take more than blowing Barry Diller, though.
Probably. So the first section of our show is called Tea for Two.
Tea for you!
However, we have some tea for you because this is where we read your YouTube comments.
And instead, we're going to read you because there's no fucking comments.
There's not any. There might be some on Facebook, actually. I think there was on Facebook.
It's not good enough. You know what?
We do post this on our.
We're just going to stop doing comments.
No, I love comments. Please leave a comment.
That was a threat. That was a threat to make people do it.
Is that what your mother and father?
Yes, that's how I learned. That's how I learned to get things that I wanted, was to threaten. That's sad, everybody.
This show's really about love. Love and parenting.
Take a moment to think how sad that is.
Wow. All right, everybody. Can we just stop?
That's how I learned to do
So
things.
now, since there's no comments, we're going to jump into the second part of the show. That was quick.
Our tea bags.
Tea bags. So what is your first tea bag?
So this is a lot. The show is a lot different than the last 2-hour premiere.
Oh, God. It's much better this week.
And it's all much more about rehearsal and performance.
Yes. And there's a format.
We like this a lot better.
Yes.
That doesn't mean our format's going to be any better.
No.
But we were trying to figure out how we were going to work this.
Last week we felt all over the place because that show was all over the place.
And we also have to tell you, we're a little conflicted about the ages of some of the boys.
They sexualize the boys so much on this show, and we want to talk about it.
We want to talk about it. We don't want to seem like pedophiles.
I don't think 14-year-olds are sexy.
And I want to go on record that I'm not a sex offender.
I'm not either. But I want to say, let's just talk about that. It's weird for us that they're sexualizing these boys. It's true. And we swing that way. So it's like we like men.
I swear, I'm totally not sexually interested in 14-year-old boys.
No.
I can't believe I'm having to say that. Do
you remember having sex like with a 20-year-old? They don't know
what
anything.
They're doing.
Oh my God.
Now, some of the boys in the show are 19.
Some of them are 19, but still.
And they're of age.
I've been with a hot 19-year-old man. You know how they just expect you to just like give them a blowjob and they just lay there, and then it's your turn, and it's just kind of like it's like someone trying to eat an ice cream cone, but it's like it's cold, so they don't want to totally like go to, but they're like, I don't want it to.
You know what? They're hot though, so that's all that matters.
I don't know. You know what?
Well,
give me an average attractive 40-year-old every day, and we'll do it right.
You know,
boy, we got personal.
I concur with that.
It's true. We got up close and personal.
I can't help but think that's based in reality. So that brings us to our first topic, which is pool time.
Pool time for the boys.
So they have all these younger boys running around, and they're shirtless, and I can't imagine it's just teenage girls who are watching this.
No.
So it's people like us, and sometimes we're not pedophiles. I can't believe I've had to say that like 3 times.
It feels
Although
weird.
the 19-year-olds are hot. Chance is hot.
Oh, Chance
Andrew's
is hot.
Andrew's hot. And he had that whole like martial arts thing going on.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get to that.
But I want to talk about pool time, where we kind of just looked at each other and felt uncomfortable.
It was, and
Baby Spice just comes out.
Baby
like,
Spice,
hey boys.
She kind of is my spirit cougar. I have to say, she's like, hello everybody, it's pool time.
I'm surprised she didn't come out in a cover up and just take it off and go, hello Aldi boys.
Can someone put some suntan lotion on me, Becky?
Does anyone have an extra hormone pill?
Yes. Yeah, it was a little...
And it was kind of weird because she interrupted all the boy horseplay and sunscreen putting on and
frolicking in the pool.
Open mouth kissing.
Yes. And then she...
Tongue hockey.
It's pretty much... And then she had
sharing.
Just said, oh, well, let everybody have a sing for me. And so then they're just singing
and they sing
shirtless.
This amazing a cappella arrangement.
Really good.
Of something, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so impressed."
Did you see Chance's abs when he would breathe?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chance. I love me some Chance, but Chance has a daughter named Brooklyn.
His daughter's name is Brooklyn.
I mean, I just think about Brooklyn every time he says the fact that his daughter's name is Brooklyn. I just convulse into laughter. It's just a ridiculous name. It's a hipster, stupid name that millennials name their children. He's not even a millennial. He's like younger than that.
Maybe he is. I don't know.
He's 19.
I guess that's a millennial.
He's a younger than millennial. Anyway,
Generation Y.
Why
did you name your child Brooklyn?
That's well done. Thank you. Thank you. Bump. All
right. What's your next tea bag?
It's your turn.
Oh, my next tea bag is. Can we talk? So they sing at the pool, and then they have a session with the vocal coach, Tim Davis.
Oh, I have a lot to say.
You know, I'm all for tough love. Jake is a bitch. And Jake is a vocal coach.
Newsflash. I'm a vocal coach.
And I remember I took a voice lesson with Jake, and it was one of the most... I still want to do it more, but I just can't afford her.
And she talks about, I don't have time.
It's true. But
she's afraid of me.
Jake was one of the most supportive, encouraging teachers I've ever had.
That's so sweet for you to say.
No, I'm saying that on the record. It's on video.
But I'm a little tough at the same time, though.
There's a difference of being tough. It's like Oprah says, she can be kind rather than being nice.
I agree with that.
Somebody's kind. I feel like
Tim is a cunt.
They wanted Simon Cowell, and he's just supposed to be mean. And literally, I feel like the way he shames all the boys, it's just, why don't you just pull out your dick and jack off in front of him and say, look at this, I'm better. That's what it makes me feel like.
Tim is the opposite of Willy Wonka, and that he inspires sadness. Instead of
I didn't know where you were going
in
there
the beginning.
Didn't know he was going to be giving them candy. Did not know.
But no, he said the opposite of Willy Wonka is taking away candy.
Oh, that's true.
But he's not hopeful. He's not fun. He's just kind of sad, and he's still dressed like a dandy.
Bitter queen party of one.
I'm sorry.
He's kind of like a bitter Oscar Wilde, and that's saying something.
I'm sorry. Any vocal coach who doesn't sit down at a piano and play instead of pressing a button on a keyboard.
I'm sorry. You can't be a vocal coach.
You take this because I can't.
Yeah, if you're using GarageBand, you're not a vocal coach. I'm sorry. Play the. I would, as a singer.
Truer words have never been spoken.
I would not feel, and I am a singer.
Right?
I would not feel trust. I wouldn't trust a vocal coach who couldn't play the piano.
I don't know. He presses something and he tries to do runs and things like that. And he says something like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." However, let's contrast. What's his name?
Well,
Adam.
Oh, yes.
Adam Blackstone.
Yes.
He says, this is the time to. This is when the music director is like, this is time to make big choices.
Yeah.
Fail in here because you can.
Yes.
He's giving them all. He's a great coach, and we're going to get to Nappy Tabs later.
They were the best.
Who taught them more about character than anything about
and
vocal
emotion
coach.
of the song and what
I
they
have
were singing
so many
about.
feelings about this.
I was like, that was moved, but that's when the show got good when
I
Nappy
agree.
Tabs came on.
I
Does
love
anybody
rehearsal
call them
sections.
Nappy Tabs, or is that just
Yes,
you?
on So You Think You Dance.
Okay. Now,
did you think I just came up with that
you know,
name?
I don't know if you're just making shit
Tabitha
up.
and Napoleon. Sorry.
Well,
sorry
now-
for being less formal.
Now, Tim, though, did make an impression on one singer, and that was Brady. Would you like to talk about that in your next teabag?
Brady.
Brady.
Brady's talking. Brady, who has
so young
the
and
most
naive.
beautiful lips, and that's not. I say that in a completely non-sexual matter.
What?
He kind of looks like a fish a little bit, but he does have that like Michelangelo David look to him.
He does. He looks Greek.
I'm not sexualizing him.
Okay. I'm going to believe you.
We're getting into a weird area here.
Hey, I'm not in that weird area. You're the one talking.
Anyway, so Brady's like, Tim really wants what he wants everything perfect, and he has a great idea for where you need to be, and he's got this cologne that I really need to get. And each of us kind of look at each other and it's like, so
Yeah,
let's hope Tim never said, meet me in my hotel room
Yeah,
alone.
let's hope not. I don't think he did. Let's not put that accusation out there. I will say also
I'm not accusing Tim Davis of statutory rape.
Why would someone wear cologne around singers when you know singers are going to have to breathe
I know.
to sing?
And why would someone wear cologne where someone was bothered by cologne?
Because of this bitch over here you can't even fucking put Febreze on your hand without her bitching about it.
It's actually it's rude and insensitive to wear cologne.
Though I did relate to Brady in the fact I think
with
he
his pretty lips.
I think he sees something in Tim, like the first time. Like I remember I was watching TV, like when I was in elementary
when you
school.
saw Scott Bakula.
No, not Scott Bakula. The first time I saw Richard Simmons on the Jay Leno show. I'll never forget that appearance of Richard Simmons. And there was something in me that couldn't put my finger on, but I related to him.
Maybe he'll become his mentor.
Because Brady is an opera queen.
We're not saying that Brady's a baby gay.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he's an opera queen. You can be a queen. Rush Limbaugh is a queen, but he's not gay.
Let's hope not. I don't want him.
Oh God,
I don't want him.
Oh my God, I bet when he undresses, it smells like rotten street meat.
Or old Fritos.
Yes, stale, like chili cheese Fritos.
Or the ranch kind.
Yeah, the ranch. That's what they can discontinue those. I loved ranch Fritos.
Why is someone calling me?
Calling you.
Ross calling. Why are you calling me?
Sorry, Ross. We're trying to do a show.
It is late.
All right, can we move on?
I think we can.
All right. My next teabag is, we've talked about Tim and how judgy he is, but also I love that they're talking about when Andrew says, "Oh, I do a lot of gigging," and Tim says, "Oh yeah,
do you?
You do a lot of
you now?
gigging?" And then the television fades to a slow motion of Andrew shirtless, wrapping his hands, doing martial arts boxing,
and we kind of just went.
We were clutching pearls.
Crickets chirping.
Yes. What did you do? What do you do? What does this have to do with
I felt my pants being tight, personally. He's
felt
19.
I felt like June bugs were dancing in my poop chutes.
He's 19. He's 19. Let's card him.
It is June because it's June.
June. Just because it's June. Anyway, right. I think Andrew's face kind of looks like a bird to me, but I want to talk about that later.
I get it. He could be Hawkman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty eyes, though.
What's your next teabag?
I want to go back to Brady.
Okay.
Where now Brady says one of the sweetest things. Tabitha and Napoleon were having this really intense thing, like,
they were great.
dig into where you had for this Rihanna song, which somehow became really profound.
That song has made me teary.
I mean, honestly, the Rihanna song became like "Wind Beneath My Wings" or like Mahler 2. All of a sudden. The Rihanna's Stay became like the most profound work of art that anyone's ever created. So Brady was talking about, I sourced Chance was talking about, of course, his daughter Brooklyn,
his daughter, and he and his baby
and
mama
his baby
mama.
And he's, you know what? Good thing that he's pretty, and he's 19, by the way.
Apparently, they have a problem of working things out.
It's shocking because you would think that two 19-year-olds would be able to live with each other.
Which I said, that's sweet, and Jake said, I'll tell you the problem. He did use a condom.
No, I did not say that. I did not say he didn't use a condom. I said he should have pulled out.
Oh, that's what it was actually more disgusting. Sorry.
He's like, I'm really
safer.
thinking that we're having problems. I'm like, she should have pulled out. You fucked it up.
He did.
So Brady's drama was that he had a stutter when he was young, and he's this little pretty kid, and then they show him singing, and
he looks very angelic. He looks like
a voice like an angel.
He's like a Von Trapp.
And he's got the whole David curly hair.
I am 15,
and he starts singing, and he had a stutter, and he did not stutter when he sang, which I've heard of. You had a similar experience, didn't you?
Yes, I have to say that this reminded me of. I had a very strong lisp as a child, and so
as a child,
not
now at all.
No, it was really bad when I was a kid because I didn't have braces to fix my grill,
and it's gotten a lot better.
It has gotten better, and so
I can't hear it at all now.
Good. It's kind of like I'm sure your voice wasn't strident at all when you were a kid. But
it stayed the same.
That made me a little emotional listening to Brady talk when he started crying about how he didn't stutter when he sang. And when I sang, I didn't have a lisp, and nobody could notice that.
And then right after you finished singing, it was like, how was that? Is that good?
I hate you. I hate you so much. I don't know why they put that.
How do I sound, Mama? Do I sound good?
Why do they put a word S in lisp? It's just mean.
Lisp.
They put an S and a P.
I think if I could fix your lisp within a little bit of speech therapy, I really don't think I could. I think I could.
Sure.
We could film it and do it as My Fair Lady too. My Fair Lady Boy.
As interesting as this is, I'd like to talk about my next teabag, and that's that John lives in a loft bed. I don't know.
This is my favorite thing.
Where this fucking came from.
Oh, wait. We just
Did you pull up the sound?
Yes, a little bit.
Yeah, John.
He live streams from under his loft bed.
I mean, I guess you do when you're in high school.
Flock of Seagulls is doing his best. You know.
Hey, do you remember where you were the last time you were in a room with a loft bed?
With a loft bed? Yes, I remember. This is a gross story.
Sure, let's hear it.
You know what? I'm a little worried about telling the story.
You know, I want to say my story first because I feel like you're going to trump me. And it's that mine was in my...
Don't say the word Trump.
No, I can't say that word now. Mine was in my boyfriend's room, who was an RA, and it's one of the first kisses we shared under his loft bed at Bruce Hall. That was my story. What's yours?
That's so weird that I have a Bruce Hall story.
Bruce Hall, just so you know, was because we were music majors in college.
And I was in my late 20s at this time.
I was 20.
And I was invited to come over to a dorm room of someone who I talked with online. And I got there, and they were like 19.
Did you meet in the Yahoo chat room?
Something like that. Yeah. And they had a loft bed, and we like kissed a little bit, and like he came after a minute.
Wow.
Like, there wasn't even clothes taken off.
Wow.
I told you mine was worse.
Wow.
He was pretty, though. He was real pretty. Again, I'm not a pedophile.
No, you... Wow.
Can I wear a shirt next time that says I'm not a pedophile? Because I do not like pedophiles.
I think you keep bringing it up, and it makes it awkward. Just don't bring it up anymore.
Okay.
Can we comment about that? Can Jake not bring it up? Also, John got really nervous about the performance, by the way, of playing this Rihanna song. It was 4 notes.
Chord.
Bum, bum, bum,
and
bum,
by the
bum,
way,
bum.
He's been playing piano, as he said, for a lot of years.
A parrot could have played this on the piano. That's all I want to say.
It's true. My mother can play a chord. I think it's time for our next segment.
What's your next teabag?
No, that was it.
Oh, I do want to say one thing about nappy and tabs.
I love nappy tabs.
Nappy tabs.
God, you're so uncool.
Nappy tabs. We really did. Like, that's the best part of the show. Is they were
amazing.
Out.
They were the best.
They started with the question of, what is this song about for you? What is it to you?
Which the vocal coach Tim should have asked in the first place.
And maybe he did, but you know what? They didn't show it in the editing.
True.
So it makes you look like a dick, Tim. So
I think Tim is a dick.
But
personally.
I really loved when Chance cried, because straight guys
they
so hot when they cry. I always imagine
you're objectifying them.
No. Not at all. It's because they're bearing their soul, and they always try to hold it in because they're straight and they can't be emotional.
A gay guy would not be as hot when he cried.
No. And
okay.
Gay guys. Gay men are allowed to talk about their emotions easier than straight men are.
That's not true.
No, it is true. And when straight men, they start crying, it makes me think that like they would like.
You're fetishizing straight
No.
men.
I'm not at all. I'm just saying it's beautiful that they're sensitive. I mean, yes. I think it would be cool, like, if Chance and I became friends and he called me and he was crying. He's like, can you come over and talk? And then, like, I'm giving him some whiskey to help ease the pain. And he falls asleep on my shoulder.
Then you would rub mineral oil on him.
Just to calm him. And then when he falls asleep on my shoulder, I play with his hair a little bit, just again to make sure he sleeps well. And then he opens his tearful eyes and we kiss. It's all to make him feel better.
And then your mouth goes on his penis.
And then, you know what?
Then who knows what happens.
And then we would name our daughter Bronx. All right, next segment.
All right, this is a new segment.
It is. This is a segment.
I'll let you introduce it.
You know what? So a lot of you know this, but a lot of you don't. So my undergrad is an opera performance in music. I've been a singer all my life. However, this queen right here was so gay that she not only got her undergrad in poetry and music, but also has a master's and worked on a doctorate and then got the fuck out. So Jake is a professional voice coach. This is how she makes her living.
Yeah.
I know you think it's in alleys. So I told Jake, I said, we're both singers. We should have a section of this show called Poodle's Voice Box. And I where you were getting on the soapbox and talking about the performance.
And I was kind of a little hesitant, but I feel like because the performances, I don't want to be too mean about things.
No, but you know what? This is hashtag truth talk.
It is true.
You be truthful.
Time for Poodle's Voice Box.
Poodle's Voice Box.
Okay, let's break it down. A lot of these boys have beautiful voices. Some of them are a little bit affected, and Tim is not helping with that. Again, Tim has my job.
Yeah.
Really I'm going to give, as at Matt's suggestion, I'm going to give two things. I'm going to give a "You Go Girl."
Yes,
to Brady.
To Brady.
Beautiful tone, easy production.
He was more comfortable on stage than I thought he would be, too.
and just he's not trying to do a lot with his voice. He's just he reminds me a lot of Nick Carter, actually, and Brian Luttrell. Pretty voices.
Yeah, more Brian Luttrell for me. Really pretty voice. Really pretty clear voice.
And he's kind of and the pure intention is pure. I'm going to give an "Oh No Girl."
Oh no, girl.
And it pains me to say this, but our martial arts fighter, Andrew.
He's really good on his own, but he doesn't do well in a group.
And I'm not going to... And I hate the term pitchy, because that's a term that's not helpful. Because you say, you're pitchy, dog.
Well, what does that mean?
How does that help? He's trying too hard. The vocal mechanism is a little bit tight. So it's a little... That's because pitch, as I tell all my students, is not a pitch issue. It's a technical issue.
Yeah, it's very like...
he's trying too hard.
Muscly.
Yeah, it's muscly, and he's better than that.
Yeah, because he's really... I wonder if...
I was actually shocked he was saved. But John,
I was too.
But John did not put up a good performance.
John did not put up a good performance. At least Andrew tried to be memorable. I'm wondering, as we're talking about this now, the only time we've really seen Andrew sing is when he was behind the guitar.
Agreed.
I wonder if there's something about that. And so when he's...
That does help.
Yeah, I wonder if that makes him more in his head or in his voice, in his throat.
And this to be a general note, I'm not hugely impressed with anyone else who was in that group.
Oh,
I think Chance.
I was a gospel singer. He impressed me more than I thought. His voice is beautiful. It's a pretty voice.
It's too far back for me, but that's a thing.
I like that, but I like the tone.
I compare all pop voices to J.C. Chasez.
Oh, God.
Sorry, everybody.
You love J.C. Chasez. J.C. Chasez.
Comment if you know what I'm talking about.
And be on our show. You're never going to be on our show.
You have no career anyway.
Wow.
I
think he produces actually a lot of... I think he's got a big deal.
And that's Poodle's Voice Box for this week.
And that's Poodle's Voice Box, everybody. All right, so the last little section of our show. We're cruising through it.
The most controversial section is called
If I were a 15-year-old girl.
We were a 15-year-old girl.
A lot of falsetto tonight. I'm sorry,
yes.
everybody.
You go first.
So if I was a 15-year-old girl, I mean, I think I've already made this known, but if I was a 15-year-old girl, my crush this week, honestly, especially when I was younger, all I wanted were babies. That's changed a little bit.
Wow.
It's true. Well, I grew up in Oklahoma. What do? You have babies.
You couldn't have them, right? You realized you couldn't.
Well, I thought I was going to have them with the woman at the time.
Let's all laugh about that.
But so when Chance talked, now I kind of like, oh, like you're young, you had
Brooklyn.
babies, you probably had sex in a pool, you lifted her up, there was no gravity, you did it. Now, well, he's always in the ocean. It's in the ocean. I don't know. So now, though, as a 15-year-old girl, my heart would have gone out to Chance, trying to be the best dad he could have been, and I would have wanted him to father my babies.
Now, remember, the segment is if I was a 15-year-old girl. Not now.
Not a 15-year-old boy.
On the edge of 29.
Because I'm on the edge.
My segment was if I was a 15-year-old girl, and I know when I was a 15-year-old girl, because I was, I would have the biggest crush on John. Because John would have been kind of the brooding one.
His eyes are real pretty.
And his eyes are really pretty. He has like the flock of seagulls.
And you would have been really impressed. Even though this was only 4 chords when you were 15, you would have been like, oh my God, he plays the piano.
And I would have probably written him a letter and saying, you tried, and I really respect you for that.
You would have.
And I would have quoted something in some obscure song that I thought he would know, so he could get back to me, and we would fall in love.
By obscure, it would be like
Tony. No, it would be Tori Amos. I would quote some Tori Amos song to him, which I know he knows. John, I know you know ToriAmos. Mm-hmm. Wow. We're cut from the same cloth.
You know what? I like this segment.
And as I was a 15-year-old girl.
It kind of brings me back.
I know. That's why I love it.
Me back. All right, everybody. So that's the show this week. This has been TBT Time Recap of Boy Band. Leave a comment. Damn you.
And guess what's happening next week?
Yes.
Someone is going on vacation.
I am. I'm going to a gay wedding in Cancun. It's
not helpful.
I hope somebody doesn't build a wall and they let me back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to put bricks on it. And so I will be live tweeting.
Jake will be live tweeting from the TBT Time Twitter account. It's on the link in the bio.
I've never live tweeted before, and I have a feeling I'm going to be horribly bitchy.
I'm going to have to teach him how to do it.
Because I'm really kind of nasty when I'm first saying things.
So he's going to watch the show, and then he might bring a friend, and he's going to live tweet it. You can go at that Twitter. The TV Time Twitter is actually Jake and Maddie. So
Jake and Maddie.
Mattie. Jake and Maddie. You can follow us on Twitter.
Please.
And Jake will be live tweeting that.
I'll be live tweeting
on Thursday night after the West Coast premiere of the show.
It'll be a Poodle's voice box.
It is.
Whole thing.
And I'm not saying it's going to be 30 minutes. It'll probably only be 10 knowing this bitch.
And then look for our recap coming up probably on Sunday.
Coming up on that Sunday.
When this bitch gets back.
When I'll be tan and you'll look so pale.
Yeah, we'll see.
You'll look sickly and I'll look healthy.
You're going to wear a big floppy hat.
I just got one from Amazon
today.
Are. It's huge and it has SPF 50 on it because I'm terrified of wrinkles.
All right.
I'm so nervous.
We're going to put that to bed.
We're going to put that. So everybody, comment on the show.
Please comment so we can do our segment.
If you're listening to the podcast, please leave us a review on iTunes and not just star, but actually write a review. It bumps us up.
Keep going, Queens, as I said before.
Keep going, Queens. If that's all you write, just put keep going, Queens.
I love that comment.
I love it too. Share us on your social media on Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook at The Matt Maher. You can follow us on YouTube at Talk to Matt Maher. And Sugars, that's the show. I feel good now. I feel like the show's going to give us a rhythm. Yay! It's going to be not all over the place.
Or it won't.
Wow, I'm glad you just ruined that. All right, everybody. Here's for a hopeful week. Yay! Bye.